in my eyes, vengeance in my mouth. They don't want no altercation. Situation gon' get critical. It's best that you be easy. The end gon' be biblical. Look, flow like a river. It's something like a miracle. Royalty in my veins, loyalty in my ways. Pay back in every breath. Plus revenge in my heart. The truth in every word. Bring light into the dark. And I ain't never lukewarm. Shit, I blazing in the season. Got plenty food for thought. Just gotta watch who I'm feeding. Now been walking with them angels. So I guess I got this pistol for no reason. Niggas barely breathing, criticizing all my achievements. Won't make me weak. Nah, it won't make me slack off. These niggas baby fat soft. Better bear witness or back off. I be ripping shit like sackcloth. Dumb dogs all barked out. Behind me say I cup full. No room for emotion. So I pour my heart out. This road hard, but I intend to stay. And if it ain't UPK, then they in the way. My niggas righteous, they real, they down to something. Flow so deep, you drown a motherfucker. He say he in the truth, oh yeah? Bro, this the home. And I don't hate them brothers, I'm just too loyal to my own. Plus what they believe, hard for me to follow. No rank me, no head. And I ain't leaving this body to live and sleep in hollow. So when they ask I'm UPK, tell them absolutely. And I ain't trimming my ways for nothing. Gotta execute me. Cause I can never die with my tail tucked between my legs. Shit I be thinking. Watching my daughters tucked in their bed. They so smart. And Alana, she's so beautiful. But they ain't like other babies. And they daddy far from usual. Now I'm missing cause I'm about my father's business. It ain't about the shit I used to do in that 98 nagging. The tan leather seats. See, without wisdom, this world make you weak. I found out that the truth was bitter. The lies are sweet. Tried everything. I guess me and YAHANNA had to meet. Now I make the blind see. And I make the dead speak. And teach both my little girls the day that they lie with a man. They better bring me bloody bed sheets. Chaos match the time. This Glock match my handpiece. And I ain't trying to take him out, but I will defend this house. Or take a check. 144 in the black trench on some man shit. She call me 47. Praying for Armageddon. Me and my soldiers dressed for the wedding. Fuck the fame. And I tell them I'm loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I walk that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me. Bitch, I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame. You ain't loyal to the king. Until the righteous reign. Loyal to the king. I walk that straight lane to break the chain. Loyal to the king. The devils can't have me. Bitch, I'm loyal to the king. Bring that hot flame. You ain't loyal to the king.
Shalom, Israel. It's the Israelite School of the University of Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street. This is the Wednesday Houston law class. I'm Officer Rum 50, filling in temporarily for Officer 500, YAHANNA. Today we're gonna talk about the importance of the law. In anything that we do, we have rules and regulations. You know, when we at work, we got rules that we follow by. When we on the road, when we anywhere else doing anything, you know, we have rules and regulations that we follow. Same way with this Bible. In the Christian church, we're taught that we're only supposed to do certain things and follow certain laws. But according to this Bible and what Yahawashi says about these words, that we're supposed to follow all things. When we in church, we were taught that it's okay to eat pork, crab, and shrimp. It's okay to be a homosexual. Just come as you are, and we'll try to fix you then. But that's not the case. We're taught that whatever magnitude of sin that we have, it's okay. All right. But according to this, we have to follow everything, not just the tithing, or not just this, and not just that. We have to follow everything. Give me Matthew 5:17. I'm gonna show you where Christ is talking to his people. They're saying that what he's here for. You know, people will say that, oh, since Christ is here, we don't have to do all this stuff no more. We live by the New Testament now. Okay, well, if we living by the New Testament, tithing is in the Old Testament. Every church that you go to, it's going to be a big golden plate or a big golden basket floating around the church somewhere, collecting money for tithes. So that's in the old law. So how can you not follow the laws if that's in the old law? How can you also all of a sudden eat pork, crab, and shrimp, but you know, still tithe? All right, read for me.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17. Think not that I am come to destroy the law.
Right there, he's saying that he's not coming to destroy anything. He's not come here to destroy what was written in the old books. That's like when your uncle come to the house and your mom and your daddy say, hey, y'all better not go outside. I'm gonna beat y'all butt. But then your uncle come over and be like, hey, I'm about to step outside. Just because your uncle came over, that don't mean you can go outside and play, because your mom and your dad say, don't go outside this house. All right? Keep reading.
Or the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
He's come to fulfill the law. Fulfill means to complete. And he's not going to complete that law and fulfill these prophecies until he comes back. And when he comes back, that's when everything is fulfilled. All right, keep reading.
Verse 18. For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass from the law.
All right, read that again.
For verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass.
Till heaven and earth pass. As of right now, under our feet is earth. Above our heads is the heavens. Nothing passed away yet. Keep reading.
One jot or one tittle shall in no wise pass.
Not one jot, not one tittle. That means one dot of an I or a crossing of a T. Of none of these words in this book should no wise pass or change. So which means the dottings and the crossings of the I's of not eating pork, crab, and shrimp is the same ones that are in the old law and the same ones about tithing. Nothing changed. Not one dot, one jot, one tittle. That means dotting of an I or crossing of a T. Right. Nothing shall change till all be fulfilled. All right, give me 5:19.
Verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so.
So that means you break one of the least of these commandments, one of the least, and teach men so. Oh man, it's all right, man. You gonna have that shrimp po, boy. It's gonna be all right. Just it's gonna come to church Sunday. You be good. Oh man, it's all right, man. I mean, you slept with that man. It's all right. Just come to church, pay your tithes, and then y'all can live happily ever after. Right. Like as long as both of y'all come to church and pay those tithes. Nah. Read that again.
Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach men so, he shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven.
Least in the kingdom of heaven. That means you're going to be at the bottom of the bottom. That means the poorest man in Israel is going to be better than you. You're going to be sweeping up his crap. You're going to be asking him for money. If you out here teaching people that it's okay to break the laws, you don't go out and tell people that it's okay to kill. That's in the old law too. But you tell people to stop the violence, stop killing, stop doing this and stop doing that. But you also you kind of pacify people that because you do it too, eat pork, crab, and shrimp. They got shrimp places and seafood places all over the hood. And they make it so good to where you can't deny it. I ain't gonna even lie to you. It ain't a shrimp po' boy sandwich I didn't like. But when I got in the truth, I had to cut all that short. All of it. Didn't matter how good it was or how cheap it was. And that's the thing right there. They make everything cheap and frugal and easy to buy for you. Because if you think about it, look at me. I'm a big dude. Everything I eat, you know what I'm saying, is not too good for me all the time. Right. But you know, my pockets hurt. What I gotta do? I gotta go to the cheapest route. So Kim Jong them around the corner got this pork chop and shrimp burger sandwich, right, you know, for $3.99 with a whole basket of fries. That's what I'm gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, and anything healthy and good for you, it costs. A salad this big gonna run you $8 when I can get a meal this big for $4. Now in the hood, hey, I don't know, not too many people going and run and say, I'm gonna go get this salad. You know what I'm saying? Timmy Chan's, you know, back in the game, man, that shit, eight wings and a big old thing of rice and gravy for $4, and they close at 3 in the morning. So they helping you like, oh yeah, they're gonna smoke that weed, they're gonna go to the club, and they're gonna come here and make money. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 John 2. No, Slocky. Give me Matthew 19 and 17. Hold on, I'm gonna get that with you too. Well, yeah, like I was saying, man, I mean, it's good for us to keep these laws, man. When Christ was on this earth, he didn't deviate from the law. All the things he did for his people, he did it under the law. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he didn't come to destroy nothing. He abided by the laws. Read for me.
The book of Matthew, chapter 19, verse 17. And he said unto him, why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is, God. But if thou wilt enter into life, keep the commandments.
All right, he say, why callest me good? That ought to let you know right there that he's answering to somebody. You know what I'm saying? He has a higher power over him. You know what I'm saying? All the good and everything that he was doing on earth that everybody was seeing and looking at, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like, hey man, hey, good master, good sir. Hey man, look here. I'm just a vessel myself. You know what I'm saying? So he was answering to somebody else, which means he wasn't destroying nothing that was written before him, before he walked the earth. It says nothing. There's none good but one, and we all know who that is. That's the Most High. But if you enter into life, the scripture above this, it was a young man asking him, what can he do to get into eternal life? And he answered his question like flat, straight up and down like 6 o'clock. If you want to enter into life, you keep the commandments. No deviation. You keep everything that was written before you walk this earth. Because nothing is new under the sun. All right? Give me 1 John 2, 3 through 5. And keeping these commandments, man, it's not hard at all, man. Go ahead, sir.
And if I could, this is a little sidebar. You know, in that scripture it says, "Why callest thou me good? There's none good but one." That's another cut to Christianity. A lot of Christians think that Christ, you know, is God. You know, what I'm saying? So that's how you can cut a Christian. That's scripture. So,
right. Right. Yeah, because a lot of Christians, man, they say, well, the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, that's the same thing. Clearly, that's just one scripture that's saying otherwise. You know, we got a whole slew of other ones that proves otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Man, keeping these laws is, like I say, it's not grievous, man. And, you know, a lot of people say, well, God know my heart, I know the Lord, and He's not gonna do this to me, He's not gonna do that to me, because, you know, when I was in church, you know what I'm saying, you know, the pastor used to say, all you gotta do is live, forgive, give. He stressed that give part. You know what I'm saying? Live, forgive, give, and some other stuff, man, and you're all right. But he didn't mention nothing about keeping all these laws, man. And it's not grievous. It's not hard for a man to wear fringes on his pants. It's not hard for you to not get an edge up. Now, I mean, if you subject to this world and you worried about what people think about you, you know, walking around with some fringes on, like every time I walk with my friend, like everybody look at me like, man, you look like you about ready to go to war. Man, I got people at work, man, when I got my braids and my beard, man, and they one lady, she every time she see me, she wanna crack a little slick joke. Oh, hey, Jesus. You know, I just look at her and smile like, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because she know, but she don't want to follow. She know what it is. A lot of people know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Read that scripture for me.
The book of John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that, it's like the book of 1 John, chapter 2, verse 3. And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
That's how you know him, if you keep his commandments. That's how he know you, and that's how you know him. If you keep everything that he said. Somebody was to tell you to go outside, check the mailbox, and bring the mail back in, but you go outside, you check the mailbox, but you don't bring the mail back in. You don't know that person. You don't know what that person finna do for you for not listening to them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, again, read it again.
And hereby we do know that we know him if we keep his commandments.
And that's how you know him. Read the next scripture.
Verse 4. He that said, I know him, and keepeth not his commandments is a liar, and the truth is not in him.
If you keep it not the commandments. I mean, if you out here eating pork, crab, and shrimp, being a homosexual, you don't know the Lord. You don't know him at all. You a liar. Just because you in a nice church with AC, with ribbons and cushioned seats, brand new organ playing his old sweet tunes, that you know the Lord, and that ain't nothing but the AC chilling you. That ain't nothing but like a chill up your back, and you think you got the Holy Spirit because the AC worked very well in those churches because you done gave all your money to it. You know what I'm saying? And you get nothing out of that because once you leave church Monday morning, you back cussing up people out. You back doing the same plotting and scheming that you're doing at work and everything else, man. Coming up in a second. Great. Damn right, man. Hey, give us a round of hand, man. We're bringing out some heavy stuff, man. Most high in praise. Damn right, the water, brother. This situated. Got a few things I want to bring up, man. Oh, man. Big up to Officer Ron holding it down. You understand? As y'all know, this is I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General YAHANNA, Precinct Officer YAHANNA,
And y'all already know this is the Wednesday, the I.S.U.P.K Houston Wednesday law class, you understand? And we're gonna get off into these scriptures, man. First, got a couple topics I want to speak on, man. It's a lot of stuff going on. It's a lot of stuff going on in this with this what's her name? Amy Geiger? Amber Geiger or something like that. Amy Geiger, Amber Geiger, whatever the hell damn, you know what I'm saying? Whatever her name is. She just you understand? She just basically pretty much got off with a slap on the wrist for murdering, you understand, this young black man in his home. You understand? She killed the brother, you know what I'm saying? She killed the brother and claimed she was in fear of her life, and said that what she said? She said that she thought she was in her apartment, and he was in his house. She went up in his house. Now I know when it first happened, this happened in Dallas, right? I know when it first happened, you know, it was stuff that came out saying that hun, you know what I'm saying? First, you know, it wasn't nothing we didn't understand the situation. But then later on, stuff started coming out saying he knew her intimately. You know what I'm saying? He had been dealing with her intimately. Now, I don't necessarily know how true it is. To be honest with y'all, I haven't really been keeping up with the trial. I just been kind of scrolling here and there. Like I seen she got sentenced to 10 years. I seen a little clip where she was crying and, you know, trying, you know, saying this and saying that. But I really didn't keep up with the trial. I don't know if any one of y'all brothers kept up with it. You know?
I just watched like the last day.
Okay, because I don't know if it was brought out in the court or not, if they had been, you know what I'm saying, seeing each other. I know in the beginning of the case, when it first happened, she first killed the brother, you know, it was speculation going around saying that she had dealings with the brother. Now, I don't know if this is 100% true or not, but this is what I will say on the situation. This is why we got to separate from these people.
Right.
You understand? If this brother was dealing with this, you know, this heathen, this, you understand, this oppressor, you can't sleep with the oppressor's daughter and expect no consequences. You can't sleep with the oppressor, and she was a police officer. You understand? Like, it's in the scriptures, not only to separate from any other nation outside of your nation, Black, Hispanic, and Native American. It is also in the Bible to take heed to the warning in Lamentations where it tells you, matter of fact, give me that. Give me Lamentations. 1 second. Give me Lamentations. Salaki, man, I got a whole bunch of precepts, man. Give me Lamentations 4:18, man. The Bible gives us clear warning to stay away. You understand what I'm saying? Whether even like in every situation, you stay away from those with that power to be able to, you know what I'm saying? They got a badge, they got a uniform, they got a gun. You keep away from these people, man. You don't put yourself in a situation where you giving them what they really want. They really want to kill you. They really want, you know what I'm saying? First of all, the oppressor don't want you here. They hate you. You understand what I'm saying? They hate, when I say you, I'm talking about us. I'm talking to y'all, but I'm talking about us. You understand? Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, the oppressor hate us, man. So we shouldn't give them any type of reason to do what they want to do anyway. That's why they become police officers. That's why they become judges. That's why they become anybody of authority to have some say so in your life so that they can ruin you. Like, you understand, legally. They already do it illegally, you know what I'm saying? But they doing it legally, but illegally at the same time. But they getting off. They doing it because they are in power in the system. They're your presidents. They're your government. You understand what I'm saying? Your mayor, your city council, your senate, your local police officers, your state troopers, your U.S. marshals. This is who these our enemies make up these people. You do understand that, right? And then we call ourselves wanting to be all noble and patriotic, and we join them. Because guess what? We feel like, oh, we want to be accepted by Massa. We want to be accepted by the oppressor so bad. And it's such a disgusting thing, man, to see our people mixing with these people. And when I say mixing, I ain't talking about just, saying what's up, or, you at the job, you understand what I'm saying? You at the slavery, and you have to answer to your boss. If your boss is an oppressor or whatever nation, you got to answer to, that's your boss. This is my job. I get paid to do this. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna do whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say, be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. So that's what I'm gonna do. You understand? Well, guess what? Outside of that, you don't have no obligation to do that. So why would you want to do that? Why would you want to lie in bed next to the very same people who kill off your people? It just don't make sense. Would you lie in bed with your child's murderer? You know what I mean? Like, it just don't make sense. Would you lie in bed with your father's murderer? Your grandfather's murderer? It doesn't make sense. But that's what you're doing when you lie in bed with these people. That's what you do when you befriend them. That's what you do when you go out and hang out at the bar and get a drink with, Connor and Sebastian. That's what you do. You are in a wolf's den, man, and you are a sheep. This earth is already basically a wolf's den for you. You are the Lord's sheep, man, and the Lord gonna protect you. But not if you sitting there willingly going into the wolves den. Like, you know what I'm saying? How can a shepherd protect a sheep that want to go into the damn wolves den or the lions den? You know what I mean? Like, what? Shepherd gonna save himself too. Like, the shepherd ain't listen, the shepherd, you know what I mean? I'm trying to guide you. You know what I'm saying? A good shepherd gonna guide his people in the right direction. That's all I can really do. I'm gonna show you the way to go. I'm gonna show you, hey, this is what you gotta do. This is how you stay safe. You are a sheep. You can't really defend yourself. What are you gonna do? What can you really do to defend yourself against some wolves? Nothing. Bad. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You can't really defend yourself, man. You are a fluffy, furry snack. That's what you are to these enemies that we have. So guess what? You have to listen to the shepherd. The shepherd know. The shepherd know how to save your life. Guess who those shepherds are in this world today? The I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA, man.
Right.
We're those shepherds. We trying to lead our people. We tell our people all the time, listen, stay away from these. Listen, stay away from these other nations, man. They're no good for you. Let them do their thing. You stick with your nation, do your thing, and let them do their thing. You understand? And guess what? That's what's gonna keep you safe. But no, we gotta lay in bed with him. And like I say, this ain't to the brother or nothing, because what happened to him was extremely listen, this was a prime example of white supremacy being flexed. This is a prime example of it. It's like it delivers a sense of false hope. You understand? You get a sense of, okay, well, yeah, she got convicted. Yeah, she was found guilty. Yeah, she got convicted, but she got 10 years? 10 years? Guess who else get 10 years? Your local drug dealer get 10 years. You understand what I'm saying? Just 10 years, a whole 10 years for selling marijuana. A whole 10 years for stealing a TV out of Walmart. 10 years. She murdered this man, this brother. She murdered this brother and lied and said that, oh, she fell for her life. She ain't fell for her damn life. If you feel for your life, you shouldn't become a damn officer, because your job is to put yourself in harm's way for the duty of the so-called people. You got a gun on your waist, but you fear for your life. We fear for our lives, man. I had to speak on this because it's horrible, and it's disgusting to see our, you understand, like it's disgusting to know that our oppressor is in their kingdom and they're gonna get away with everything under the sun. You think about it. She gets sentenced to 10 years. She may do 3 or 4. And you know what I'm saying? She may do 3 or 4, maybe even 2. I don't know. If it's her first offense and she was a so-called officer, they're gonna take all of that into account. You understand what I'm saying? She probably do 2-3 years and do the rest on probation. Get like 7 years probation. That's a cakewalk for her. She probably don't do no drugs. Don't, you know what I mean? That's easy for her. Hey, it's like it. Hey, do me a favor. Take care of him with the food and stuff. She don't get away. That's really getting away with a slap on the wrist. But let a brother go kill another brother. Let's see what happens. Or let a brother kill another nation. Anybody else? Man, they gonna throw the whole book. They gonna throw them under the jail, man. They gonna give you only get like the average lifespan for you know what I'm saying, a black man. Average lifespan period is what, 60, maybe 60 years, 65, something like that. You know what I'm saying? The average lifespan. Guess what? They're gonna throw you like 80 years. They're gonna make sure you die in jail, or they're gonna give you the death penalty. If the tables would turn and he would have killed her, and she a police officer, man, they would have, listen, that's capital murder. This man would have got the death penalty instantly. It wouldn't even be, listen, a jury would have deliberated for maybe 2 seconds. Matter of fact, they probably wouldn't even need a jury. The judge would have handed down the sentence. You understand what I'm saying? He would have been sentenced before the damn trial started. Here she is crying and boo-hooing. And another thing is, you know, at first, and see, I'm actually, you understand, we're going to get to Lamentations because it's in the scripture. We're going to get in the scripture. But hey, right now, you understand, I'm vexed. Because guess what, man? It hurts to see my people dying at this rate by the hands of our oppressor, and we still want to hold hands with them. What did his brother do at the trial? I seen that. He get on the stand. You know what I'm saying? He make it seem like it's, you know, it wasn't such a big deal. You understand? He hug her afterwards. I'm talking about he give her one of them, oh, I miss you, baby hugs. You know what I'm saying? He give her a whole hug and what? No sweat. No sweat. He give her one of these hugs like she a whole, like you had a family reunion and you seen your long lost cousin that you ain't seen in 10 years. Oh, he gave her a hug like, you understand, like you got a family member locked up for 10 years and you ain't seen him since then. He gave her one of them type of hugs after she done murdered his brother in cold blood, man. We too forgiving. We too compassionate, man. But guess what? We only compassionate like that with the oppressor, man, with these other nations. When are we going to be compassionate for our nation? The I.S.U.P.K ain't no hate group. We a love group. We teach each other to love each other. We ain't teaching each other just because we ain't teaching each other to love everybody else. That don't mean we're a hate group. We a love group, but we for our people. When are y'all gonna see that the I.S.U.P.K and the Commander General YAHANNA is the shepherds for our people? Y'all should be, if anything, if you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, instead of coming up against us, you should be happy. You should be trying to support us at all costs. You should be trying to do whatever you can to make sure we able to do whatever we can do for our people. Because that's what we're here for. Was that somebody pulling up? Oh, no sweat. Okay, no sweat. That's what we should be doing. We should be doing whatever we can, man. Like to support the Lord's chosen, like to lead this nation. You understand? If you don't want to get, put in all black, put on no boots, put in no work, no sweat. Support. Show your support. You understand what I'm saying? And guess what? The Lord gonna reward you for that. You see that? You supporting the men of the Lord. Listen. You know what I'm saying? The Lord definitely gonna, he gonna reward you for that. But let me get the Lamentations before I go too far, man.
This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. Mm-hmm. They hunt our steps.
They do what?
Hunt our steps.
Listen, man. This man was in his, who house was he in? He was in his house. She hunted his steps. You understand? This right here is police brutality. That's what this is. This is police brutality. She hunted his steps, man. She ain't no different from any other law enforcement. Go ahead.
That we cannot go in our streets.
We can't even, not only can we go in our streets, we can't even go in our own goddamn home. We can't even be at peace in our own home, man. They're going to come in your home and they're going to make sure they get you how they want to get you. It's really nowhere you can go. It ain't nowhere you know what I'm saying? You can't go on the street. You can't go in the home. Keep going.
Our end is near.
You understand the point, man. As soon as he stepped foot in his house, his end was near, man. And it's a horrible thing, man. Trayvon Martin, he went to the store to get a damn Arizona and some Skittles, and his end was near. He was talking to his little girlfriend, man. They had a whole life ahead of them. You understand? They had a whole life ahead of them, but his end was near. All because you had this one, you understand what I'm saying? This evil, wicked man that just wanted to take his life. They hunted his steps, man, following after the oppressor. Because I'm not even sure if he was even a heathen. But we so caught up into the ways of our enemies that we become them. The scriptures say, ye are of your father the devil. So if George Zimmerman wasn't a heathen, he was a heathen though, at heart. He was of his father the devil. And the lust of his father he did when he killed Trayvon Martin, man. The scriptures talk about it. But guess what? Your pastor's not gonna bring this out. Your pastor's in bed with the government, the local government and the law enforcement. They in bed with them. They just care about money. It's all political. It's all politics. They don't care about you and saving you. Keep going.
Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
This is what happens, man. This is why we got to separate. This is why we cannot be, you know what I'm saying? This is why it's a certain way we got to deal with law enforcement. We shouldn't be laying in bed with them. We shouldn't be even speaking and being all, you understand? Listen, now, okay, how can I put it? Not saying we shouldn't be speaking, okay, because you know what I'm saying? It's some brothers out there that is law enforcement that might wake up to the truth and leave that law enforcement agency, you understand, when they hear the truth. So it's always good to go out and teach our people, regardless if they Black, Hispanic, or Native American in a uniform. Hey, it ain't gonna hurt you to go, you know, speak these scriptures to them, because the Lord may put it on their spirit to say, you know what, let me take out this uniform. I'm oppressing my people. That's all I'm doing, and I'm doing it for the enemy. But for the most part, if you see that they ain't trying to, they bleed blue, listen, just stay away from them, man. Just stay away from them, because ain't nothing good gonna come out of it. I got another precept. Give me Ecclesiastes 9 and 13. You understand? These scriptures that we bring up are very essential, very important, and essential to our daily lives, man. This Bible is essential to follow. We must follow these law, statutes, and commandments. We must follow them, man. We must follow these like everything that this Bible has to offer. This is not only just a book. This is everything for us. This is our instructions. This is counsel. This is orders. You understand? Laws, commandments, lifestyle, life skills, everything you need to survive. Not only just survive, but everything you need to survive and receive salvation, true salvation. And when I say true salvation, I ain't talking about what the Christian church be talking about, because they don't know what the hell true salvation is. They think, oh, if I claim in the name of the blood of Jesus, and if I just confess with my mouth and believe in my heart, I'm saved. Saved from what? What the hell? Like, I don't get it. You sitting in the church and you saying, oh, if you come down to the altar, right? And the preacher standing over you saying, just confess with your mouth and believe in your heart. And then you got to repeat after him. You know what I'm saying? You know that y'all know the old little routine. I was in the church. I ain't gonna, you know what I mean? I know for some of y'all Christians watching, y'all know what I'm talking about. And he's standing in front of him, he got his hand on your head or whatever. He really just want to feel on you. You understand? But that's another story. He got his hand on your head and he's saying, just repeat after me. I believe in my heart. I believe in my heart. And you just repeating everything he's saying, you know what I'm saying? And then after the whole thing you said, and now you saved. What the hell you saved from? You saved from the pastor? From touching you? You know what I'm saying? You get to go back to your seat. You saved from that moment. What did you save from? Because last time I checked, to be saved, you have to be in danger. to be saved, you have to be actually saved from something. Like if somebody's drowning in the water and you go out and jump in the water, you pull them out the water, you have saved them from drowning. It's a physical act. It ain't just words. You understand what I'm saying? So what the hell you saved from? You saved by confessing with your mouth and believing in your heart? The hell you saved from? No, you ain't saved until Christ and the angels return and deliver you out of this hell that we living in. Because as long as you still walking on this earth, you in hell. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, and woman, you in hell. And you still need salvation. This brother that got killed was in hell, man. He needed salvation from that oppressor, man. He needed salvation from that, man. Instead, he got killed, man. He was murdered in cold blood. That's what happens when we are too comfortable with our enemy, man. Read what you got.
This is the book of Ecclesiasticus out of the Apocrypha, chapter 9, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill.
Keep thee far from the man that hath power to kill. Who that sound like? What that sound like when you hear that? Keep thee far from the man that had power to kill. That sound like police brutality to me. That sound like this law enforcement. That sound like, what's her name? Amber Geiger. Keep thee far away from Amber Geiger. Because why? She had the power to kill. And she abused that power. But that's what they do. They abuse a power. They abuse authority. They're not compassionate like we're compassionate. They don't care about us like we like, and I say we because I damn sure don't care about, you know what I'm saying, the other nations. But us as a people, we too compassionate. We care too much about them. But they don't care about us, man. They'll kill you in cold blood and get on the stand and boo-hoo and cry like they really sorry. Keep going.
So shalt thou not doubt the fear of death.
Keep thee far away from the man that had power to kill, so you ain't even got to doubt the fact that you may die or not. Listen, if you stay your distance away from these people, don't get involved with them, stay in your lane, then you won't never have to doubt the fact that they're going to kill you. Stay away from them. Avoid them. Do things. Don't put yourself in a position. Don't be riding dirty. Don't be riding. You're a felon. You shouldn't be riding around with a gun. If you are, you understand, if you riding with your homeboys and they about to go do some stuff they don't supposed to be doing, nah, you ain't no peon just because you say, nah, I'm just trying to chill, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do right. I just want to live my life and do. You ain't a peon, man. That's a bad that's a horrible what's the word? That's a horrible perception that we have as black people. We're not gonna be accepted if we don't do the so-called gangster stuff. What's really gangster is that you put on all black and put some boots on and take orders and you understand, earn your rank and, you know, follow these law, statutes, commandments, and then serve in the army of the Lord. That's real gangster.
Right.
Because guess what? You're going to have your time to shine when Christ and the angels come back and you get the order to go, you know what I'm saying, go hunt. You're going to get that order to hunt. Now you can shine. We just got to be patient. You're going to get some action. Just be patient. For now, learn all you can learn. Be all you can be. You know what I'm saying? For the Lord's army, not for the other, not for the oppressor's army. They don't need you. They got their own people. You think they need you? They using you. They don't need you. They using you. They like, well, we can get a bunch of, we can get, you know, 100,000 niggers. We don't need to send our own over there. You know what I mean? Like, we just let them go over there. I don't care about you, man. We can get a whole bunch of, you know, let's get a whole bunch of these blacks and Hispanics and send them over there and fight the war. We can just chill. Let them, we'll put them, if we go over there with them, that's cool. Well, they be on the front line. We'll just be right behind them. They'll be our first line of defense. That way, when they die, they'll be the took out, you know what I'm saying? Most of them already, and we could just come clean up. That's how they treat you, man. They treat you, our sisters that go over there, they treat y'all. Listen, I don't know why the hell our sisters aren't listening to go in the army. They ain't gonna do nothing but rape you. and beat on you, and guess what? You ain't nobody gonna be able to help. They all in cahoots with each other. You know what I mean? Of our sisters that went over there and got raped and killed and beat and stuff. I was reading it was a while ago, a few years ago. I seen some stuff, you know what I'm saying, article about a sister that was in the army, man. They raped the sister and killed the sister. You understand what I'm saying? And nobody, I still don't think that it even came out that who did it. Like they don't even know who did it. I mean, it's obviously one of their own. Well, obviously you go in the army, you going to supposed to be trusting your comrades and stuff, but they taking advantage of you, man. Like, that's what happens, man. We need to stay away from the people that have power to kill. Then you don't have to doubt the fact that you'll get killed by them. Keep going.
And if thou come unto him, make no fault.
See, this right here, this is why I love it. These scriptures are amazing. Because it's telling you exactly what to do in case you are faced with a situation. Well, they do come into you. They come, they pull you over, you get pulled over. Pay attention to what the scripture said. Read that part again.
And if thou come unto him, make no fault.
Meaning, don't do the wrong thing. You already know, as a black man in America, you know what to do and what not to do when the police pull you over. Now, I ain't trying to hear all that, you know, like some of our coons out here, they be like, well, why they didn't comply? And why they didn't this and that? I ain't telling you to sell out, you know what I'm saying? And just be, what's the word? I'm not telling you to be less of a man. I'm not saying that. I ain't telling you have to say, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, yes, ma'am. But you can, you know what I'm saying? Listen, you know the law. Guess what? You get pulled up, you better have your driver's license, insurance, and everything you have. If you don't got it, just keep your hands up regardless. You know what I'm saying? I have listen, the car be out, my hands out the window. I probably put my feet out the window too. You ain't put it, you know what I'm saying? Obviously you see what's going on. Look, record them, record everything if you can. You know what I'm saying? Like I would advise, it only costs, listen, I do understand we under oppression, so we don't be having money like that. But guess what? If you can go to the store and buy you a soda here and there, if you can go do it, listen, you better put you some money aside, you know what I'm saying, maybe $50 to $100, and go get you a camera for your car, man. If you Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you live in America, get you a camera for the car, man. If you can't afford that, listen, you got time when they pull you over. They don't just, unless you, like, you know, I mean, unless you just stole a car and you just robbed a bank or something, you know what I mean? You ain't got no time. You better just don't make no moves. You know what I'm saying? You listen, don't make no fault. You understand? But guess what? If you just get a little traffic to you speeding or something, you know you speeding, accept it. You understand what I'm saying? You get pulled over, you just take it like a man. You got pulled up, you know what's up. But guess what? Why they back there? Because they're gonna first run your plates. It's gonna take them a little time. It's gonna take them at least 5 minutes before they come to you and tell you roll down the window. I would have the window cracked, everything in hand, camera already set up. It don't take that long. It takes 2 minutes to do these things. Get that stuff done quick. And that way and if something do happen to you, guess what? It all will be recorded. And they got these cameras nowadays. Listen, technology is something serious where you can have it broadcasted live. Or you can actually have it to where it could be streamed to, it could be broadcasted to a box or something that you have at your house. Who that is, huh? Oh, okay. You have something where you could actually stream it from, you can have it like rerouted to a safe SD or something like that, memory bank where, you know what I'm saying, nobody can get to in case something happened to you. Because you know they like to take the phones and destroy it or take your cameras and destroy it, you know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, man, this is what you should do. But let's see what the scripture say. Say, make no fault. Go ahead.
Lest he take away thy life presently. Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
Hey, if I could, you still got to do your, you know, smart, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying make sure, like, when they come in, you still do your thing. What you saying now?
Lest he take away thy life presently.
You see what I'm saying? Like, if you make a fault, you make the wrong move, guess what? You can die. That's what you want to happen? We're going to make that fault then. Because the scripture is clearly telling you, unless you make a fault, I mean, do not make a fault lest you take away your life presently. He's gonna kill you right there in that moment. You're gonna die right there in that moment, he or she. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Remember that thou goest in the midst of snares, and that thou walkest upon the battlements of the city.
You got to remember, every time that you go out, you are a sheep amongst wolves. You are one man against a whole army of people, enemies. You understand what I'm saying? You are on the battlements. This is life is about war. This is war. So guess what? You are amongst that. You understand what I'm saying? Every time you step foot out your house, or even in your house, wherever you at, you have to remember, okay, I got to move like this because this is war. I don't want my enemy to kill me. I don't want to make no fault. You understand what I'm saying? This is what we got to do, man. I just wanted to speak on the situation because I feel like it definitely was no justice served. And it never is. It's not that I expected it. Of course, you know what I'm saying? You know, of course you want the worst to happen to our enemies, especially when they do something such atrocious as that. You understand what I'm saying? But guess what? We ain't, you know, at the end of the day, I didn't expect it, you know what I mean? But this should be a wake-up call to all our people, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, that you understand you can't trust them. You can't, not only can you not trust them, but you can't expect them to receive the same punishment as you. They're in their kingdom. You're in yours. You are in yours. I mean, you are in their kingdom, and when we are in our kingdom, then we'll be able to exact, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, matter of fact, the Lord will exact the vengeance on these people when it's that time. You understand? The vengeance is the Lord's. So when it's that time, guess what? The Lord gonna handle that. But when we are in our kingdom, we're gonna have our time to shine. We're gonna have our time. We're gonna have our time. You understand what I'm saying? Guess what? As soon as they mess up, as soon as they, you know what I'm saying, when they make a fault, then guess what? They may be killed presently. Like how we in our kingdom right now, and if we make a fault, they gonna kill you presently. Well, guess what? When we in our kingdom, they better not make a fault. You tell them to go cut that grass with their teeth, they better not resist. Don't resist arrest in our kingdom. Because I'm telling you, it's gonna be, listen, the things that we experience in our kingdom, in that kingdom over here right now, the things that we experiencing, we are gonna recompense that to them tenfold. They're gonna receive way worse than what we going through. And it's rightfully so. That's judgment. That's justice. So like that woman killed listen, I didn't expect nothing different though. She killed that man in cold blood, man. And got 10 years. 10 years, and guess what? She's gonna be putting the same, like for murder, she's gonna be putting the same low security prison that you get with, you know what I mean, a little minor drug deal or something. She's gonna be in that type of prison. And she only gonna do a couple of years. She ain't gonna do 10 years. She gonna do maybe, at the most, she probably do 5 years, get 5 years probation. That's a slap on the wrist. And guess what? After she served her probation, I wouldn't be surprised if she'd be found on somebody law enforcement somewhere down the line, just because. Even with a felony, somehow they might make it to where she can get her record clean. If she ain't gonna become another officer, guess what? She's still gonna get a good paying job. Why is that? Can anybody tell me why she'll still get a good paying job after having a felony murder on her record? Go ahead.
For one, she's an oppressor.
Yes.
And two, she murdered a nigga.
That's perfect. That's exactly why. They are gonna reward her. I'm telling you right now, they probably already setting up GoFundMes. You know what I'm saying? They look out for their people. That's their sister. Well, why can't do the same? When we see our people struggling, when we see our people going, why we can't lend a helping hand? Because we don't have compassion when it comes to our own people. Go ahead. You got something?
One concert. They got pictures and videos like once she got sentenced that the brother's brother, you know, gave her a hug. The judge gave her a hug.
The judge gave her a hug. Good night.
And she was a sister.
Oh man, good night.
And then the bailiff that was in the courthouse,
Right.
which was a sister, was fixing her hair.
You
know, I don't know too many brothers that, you know, once they get sentenced for murder,
I ain't never seen
the judge
it.
come off the bench.
Listen.
and give you a dap or something.
Oh man, what you saying? The point that you making is so heavy because I've never. Not only have I not experienced it myself, because I have been in the courtroom on the wrong side of it. I ain't never get consoled by nobody. Right. You understand? I get sentenced. They putting the handcuffs on. I'm going. Matter of fact, I ain't even had no bond, so I was already in the jumpsuit. You know what I'm saying? I already had the cuffs on me, so when I got my sentence, they hauled me back out to the. You know what I'm saying? Take me back to my bunk. You understand what I'm saying? I don't get no type of consolation prize or nothing. I mean, she getting embraced by the brother, the judge, and the bailiff. So, you know, and like I said, I was guilty of this at first. You know what I'm saying? Like I was following after what was being speculated because, like I said, I really wasn't watching the trial too much. I caught the last end of it just today or whatever. But when I saw when they were saying, you know, the bailiff was supposed to be checking for contraband. But then I thought to myself, you know what I'm saying? Because I even commented, I was like, I think they checking for something. But then I started thinking about it after I made the comment. I'm like, you know what? She still, even if she checking for contraband, she being a little too friendly, too nice. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about she fixing it, she checking it, then she fixing it back, and she damn near looked like she was homosexual. You understand the way she was doing it? And I'm like, man, that you know what I'm saying? That don't look too, you know what I'm saying? That man, that's crazy, man. Go ahead.
So like when they do check the contraband, they take you to a certain area. So
right, before you even come in the courtroom.
Yeah, so they fully search you even after.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they take you to a certain area. They don't necessarily do it inside the court.
Right. That's another thing I really didn't even think of. That's another heavy point. But, you know, the fact that and it just had to be a sister on camera. You know what I mean? Like, it just, the judge got to be a sister embracing her. The brother want to embrace, like, you know what I mean? If it was us, the tables were turned, I don't even know if the brother would have made it in the courtroom. They would have, they would have had to put one of them, what them things, like when they don't want to see your face all beat up, like a spit mask or something. Like they say it's a spit mask. You had like the little Jason mask. They put one of them things on you. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't beat you up so bad and dislocated every bone in your face. If you would have killed a female, if he would have killed her, that's what would have been happening. Right. You understand? But hey, that just lets you know, man. We are not, you know what I'm saying? We're not in our kingdom. We, as long as we living under the oppressor, this is what we got to deal with. This is why we got to separate from them, man. What else I wanted to go into? What I really wanted to go into today, we might not be able to have much time to go too far, and we're gonna see. Let's go to Genesis chapter 29. I wanted to speak on just talk a little bit about, you know, Jacob and his wives and how that came about, and how the 12 tribes came about, and also putting emphasis on Jacob and his wives. You understand what I'm saying? It's always a critical topic in Israel. Well, you know, the sisters don't like to hear about a man having multiple wives, but the pastor never pulled out Genesis chapter 29 and actually broke it down. First of all, they can't break down scriptures because they don't know the scriptures. Second of all, you understand, they don't really, because they living under the same monogamous, oppressive lifestyle that we are forced to live under. You understand what I'm saying? Living in America. But that ain't our culture in Israel. You know what I'm saying? We, like our culture, a brother can have multiple wives. So I'm going to bring it out in the scripture, but this is really not to just emphasize so much on a man having multiple wives, but more so to just speak about how the nation of Israel came about. So we're going to start Genesis chapter 29. I guess we'll start at verse 15.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 29, verse 15. And Laban said unto Jacob, because thou art my brother, shouldest thou therefore serve me for naught?
Now, just to give a little backstory, a little bit further up in the verse, you understand, Jacob was at the well or whatever, and he I think it's when he saw Rachel. Rachel was guarding the sheep. You understand? For her, Rachel was guarding the sheep, and Jacob saw Rachel. He liked what he saw. You know what I'm saying? Probably instantly fell in love with her, so-called, or whatever. Gave her a kiss. They enjoyed it. She ran back. He told her that he was Laban's brother. You understand? She ran back and told her dad, and he came and found Jacob and was like, embraced him and stuff like that. Say, hey, this is my brother. Woo, woo. Because Laban, if anybody know Jacob, that's Jacob's mother's brother. You understand what I'm saying? So that's his uncle. So he basically came and embraced him, brought him into his home or whatever, his presence. And since Jacob liked what he saw in Rachel, Jacob was like, hey, I'm trying to, I'm trying to see what's up with that, and Laban is basically offering, and for exchange for him working for him, he's offering something in exchange. Well, Jacob had his mind set on Rachel. So that was the fair exchange for Jacob. You understand what I'm saying? And we're going to go into it. Go ahead.
Good Lord God. Tell me, what shall thy wages be? Verse 16. And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the younger was Rachel.
So now, I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with the whole story about Rachel and Leah, right? So y'all know they sisters. Leah was the older sister. Rachel was the youngest. Leah was also, and we're going to read into it, you know what I'm saying? Leah was also not necessarily the, she wasn't as fair to look upon as Rachel. You know what I mean? If I could put it that way, you know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we'll let the scripture say it. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. Leah was tender-eyed.
Meaning she wasn't, she wasn't so easy on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Go ahead.
But Rachel was beautiful and well-favored.
But Rachel, she was, listen, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really old school, but as the old school would put it, she was a bad mama jamma. You understand what I'm saying? Like she was a bad, like, no more modern terms, she was a bad, you know what I'm saying, B. Yeah, right. You understand what I'm saying? She was a bad sister, man. All right. So Jacob, hey, he wanted Rachel. You know what I'm saying? That's what he had his eyes set on. So now another reason why I'm bringing this out too is to this is the law class. So let me ask you this. Ron. Can a brother marry 2 sisters? Is it lawful for a brother to marry 2 sisters? What I mean by 2 sisters, I don't mean 2 black women. I mean 2 biological sisters. And the reason why I asked you that question, and I'm speaking on this, because Jacob married 2 sisters. He married 2 sisters. But it wasn't Jacob's. It wasn't Jacob. Did Jacob want to marry these 2 sisters? He wanted Rachel. But guess what? Laban gave him Leah. We're going to get into it. Go ahead.
Verse 18. And Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter.
So he said, listen, hey, man, I love that sister right there. Look, I do whatever. I work 7 years for that. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have no problem working 7 years for that. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to have a pretty strong diary for my daughter. But I'm talking about working 7 years. She had to be something serious, man, for that brother to volunteer, look, I worked 7 years for that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad she was. And that's how much he wanted her. Go ahead.
Verse 19. And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me.
So, you know what I'm saying? His uncle was like, well, better I give her to you than to another man. So basically he's saying, okay, come with me. Like, work for me. I got you. All right, go ahead.
Verse 20. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel. And they seemed unto him but a few days.
Listen, he loved Rachel so much, he worked for 7 years, but to him, that wasn't nothing to him. That was a little time. You know what I'm saying? That was a small price to pay for the prize that he was there to collect. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
for the love he had to her.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife,
Right.
for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her.
Like, listen, I work for that. Let me get my wife, man. I'm trying to go ahead and seal the deal. You know what I mean? Like, let me go ahead and go into her. I'm trying to seal that. That's mine. Go ahead.
Verse 22. And Laban gathered together all the men of the palace, of the place,
Mm-hmm.
and made a feast. And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him. And he went.
Hold on, who he brought?
Leah.
So he ain't bring Rachel. Who, say it again?
And it came to pass in the evening that he took Leah, his daughter,
mm-hmm.
and brought her to him. And he went in unto her.
So he didn't bring Rachel. But guess what? Jacob married Rachel. He ain't bring Rachel. You know what I'm saying? Jacob worked for Rachel, but he gave him Leah instead. All right. Now let me ask you this. Who was wrong in this situation? Was Laban wrong? Because he gave him, listen, Jacob worked 7 long years, hard years, even though to him it was like a little time. It wasn't nothing. He worked 7 years for Rachel. Instead, he got Leah. Who was wrong? Was Laban wrong for that? Why you say that? So you think you catching on to these trick questions, you know what I'm saying? Right. you get too intelligent on me, you know what I'm saying? But okay, but why? Why you say he wasn't wrong?
Because he gave him a wife. Like he gave him a daughter.
But he promised him Rachel. Hold on. He promised him Rachel though, right? They had an agreement. He told him, hey, look, I worked 7 years for Rachel. He didn't say I worked 7 years for Leah. He said, I want Rachel, your younger daughter. He was specific. So he promised them Rachel, pretty much. But he gave him Leah. I don't know. You don't know? I'm going to let Officer Yeshaya give it a shot. You got your microphone? Or it was on the one mic? Speak. Well, if you could, just speak up for me a second.
No, God. Was it because his older daughter had to get married first? You look at that as a tradition.
Right. That is very true, but was Laban wrong? Go ahead. Nah, he wasn't wrong. And I'm going to tell you why. Why? First of all, because what you just said. It's in tradition, it's in culture to allow his first daughter to marry first. She's the oldest. She should be married first. You understand? But guess what? Who was supposed to marry who out of the two? You got Jacob and Esau, you got Rachel and Leah. Who was the elder out of Jacob and Esau? Esau is the oldest. So naturally he was supposed to what? Marry the what? The older sister. You understand? But guess what? He didn't uphold his end of the deal. That's why it's important for a man to carry out his father's orders. That's why it's important for a man to carry out his father's, you understand, it's important, first of all, it's important to follow orders, period. But it's important to carry out what your father has set forth for you to do. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, stand on that and do what you're supposed to do. Uphold what you're supposed to do as a man. Well, guess what? Esau, who we know him to be, even back then, didn't hold up their end of the deal. So guess what? Now Leah is stuck not having nobody to marry. And the younger one wanted the youngest, you know what I'm saying? Wanted the younger daughter, which was Rachel. Well, guess what? By Laban's standards in his household, he was to marry his older daughter first. So that's why he did it. So Laban really wasn't wrong. I mean, yeah, he did tell him he wanted to marry, you know what I'm saying? He did tell him he was going to give him Rachel. But guess what? He did give him Rachel. He upheld his, you know what I'm saying? He did uphold his end of the deal, but he just gave them both because he wasn't going to marry one without the other. And any father would feel the same way. Like, listen, you ain't finna just have my oldest daughter out here growing up, ain't got no kids and not carrying on no lineage. You understand what I'm saying? And you just gonna go for the younger one, and then now my oldest daughter ain't got no who she gonna marry? Who lineage she gonna carry? What's going? You know what I'm saying? Well, guess what? So now he gave her Leah. I mean, he gave Jacob. He gave Leah to Jacob first. Keep going. Where we at?
Verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for an handmaid.
Mm-hmm. So now, Zilpah, which was Zilpah was his maid, but he gave her to his daughter for as a handmaid, who later became another one of Jacob's wives. But we're gonna get into that. Go ahead.
And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said to Laban.
So basically, you know, they had a feast, they had a party. You know, it was dark, lights off. He just ready to get his wife. You know what I'm saying? He already probably in there. You know what I'm saying? Already prepared. He ain't even gotta make no moves. All the sister got to do is go in there and do her. You know what I'm saying? Get busy. And he probably fell asleep afterwards. He wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, paying attention to nothing. He know what he felt, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? Mosiah Christ. He wake up the next morning, he realized, hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, this ain't Rachel. What have I done? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, what the hell is this going on? Go ahead.
And he said to Laban, what is this thou hast done unto me?
Mm-hmm.
Did not I serve with thee for Rachel? Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? Verse 26. And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger daughter before the firstborn.
See, so it was their rule. You know what I'm saying? It was their tradition and his culture to not give his younger daughter before the firstborn. Go ahead.
Verse 27. Fulfill her week, and we will give thee this also for the service which thou shalt serve me yet 7 other years.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28.
So he basically let them know, okay, look, I had to do what I had to do to marry off my first daughter. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no hard feelings, but this is the culture. You know what I'm saying? I can't marry off. You want my younger daughter, you got to take them both, because she ain't got no husband. You know what I'm saying? So boom, he give her Leah, and now he's saying, okay, well, you do that. Guess what? I'll still give you Rachel. You work for me 7 more years. You know, so I got you. I'm gonna get. I know you want Rachel. I got you. Work for me 7 more years, and I got you. You know what I'm saying? That's what he told him. Go ahead.
Verse 28. And Jacob did so, and fulfilled her week, and he gave him Rachel, his daughter, to wife also.
He gave him Rachel, his daughter, to do what?
To wife also.
To do what?
Wife also.
One more time.
Wife also.
So he gave his other daughter to wife also. Now, I emphasize that because if it was against the Lord to, you understand what I'm saying, for a man to have multiple wives, there would have been consequences after, you know what I'm saying, the Lord seen that Jacob wanted to work 7 more years to get Rachel. There would have been consequences handed after. When you sin, there's a punishment that happens for sin. If this was a sin, Jacob would have got punished, and Laban would have got punished because he gave him both daughters. But not only that, this ain't even over. We still got some more to this. Keep going.
Verse 29. And Laban gave Rachel his daughter to Salakia, and Laban gave to Rachel his daughter Bilhah, his handmaid, to be her handmaid.
So now he gave both his daughters handmaids. They were formerly his maids, and he gave them to be his handmaids. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead. So this is how we starting to see how, you know what I'm saying, the nation was born.
Verse 30. And he went in also unto Rachel, and he loved also Rachel more than Leah.
So he he had more love for Rachel than he had for Leah because naturally he never really wanted Leah. Go ahead.
And served with him yet 7 other years. Verse 31. And when the Lord saw that Leah was hated, he opened her womb.
Now, what does that mean?
She became pregnant.
He made her fruitful. He made her real fruitful. You know what I'm saying? As you're going to see in a little bit. He ain't just, you know what I'm saying? He ain't just become pregnant. He made her to where you look at her wrong when she getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying? There's some sisters out there like that today where you just, you look at her for too long at nighttime and she just pop up with a baby out of nowhere. Well, that's how Leah was. You understand what I'm saying? The Lord opened her womb, meaning he made her womb real fruitful. So any little thing, man, listen, he pull out game strong, it don't matter. She getting pregnant. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Come, verse 32. And Leah conceived and bare a son, and she called his name Reuben.
Reuben. So that's one of the 12 tribes thing, Reuben. You understand? That's the first son. Go ahead.
For she said, surely the Lord hath looked upon my affliction. Now, therefore, my husband will love me.
So now she felt like, okay, because at first she couldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, she knew, I guess he wasn't feeling Leah like that. So he really wasn't just knocking her down like that. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, he wanted Rachel. He didn't want Leah. So he knocking down Rachel. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wanted. But guess what? Rachel wasn't having no kids because the Lord saw that he hated, the Lord saw Jacob's hate for Leah. You know what I'm saying? And that's when he blessed Leah's womb. So now, when he did give her due benevolence, she getting pregnant every single time. You know what I'm saying? And Rachel not getting pregnant at all. Go ahead.
Verse 33. And she conceived again.
Again, back to back. You know what I'm saying? Like Drake. Back to back. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
And bare a son, and said, because the Lord hath heard that I was hated, he that therefore given me this son also. And she called his name Simeon.
Simeon, that's another tribe. That's the second son. Go ahead.
Verse 34. And she conceived again.
Back to back to back. You know what I'm saying? She is not playing. Listen, the Lord ain't playing no games with Leah. Like, I'm talking about good night. You understand what I'm saying? Like, listen, they raising up this nation. That's what we need to be doing today. This is a prime example of what we should be doing today. You understand? Man with multiple wives raising up this nation, man. That's beautiful in the Lord's eyes. Go ahead.
And bare a son, and said, now this time will my husband be joined unto me, because I have borne him 3 sons. Therefore was his name called Levi.
Levi, that's another tribe. So this is you understand, the third son. Go ahead.
Verse 35. And she conceived again and bare a son. And she said, now will I praise the Lord. Therefore she called his name Judah and left barren.
So now, Judah was the 4th son. You understand what I'm saying? Judah was the 4th son. So she, after she had Judah, now she was left barren, meaning she couldn't have no more kids at this point, right? So she had 4 sons. She couldn't get pregnant no more. Now we're going to go to chapter 30 real quick.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 30, verse 1. And when Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no children, Rachel envied her sister and said unto Jacob, give me children, or else I die. Verse 2. And Jacob's anger was kindled against Rachel.
Right.
And he said, am I in God's stead, who have withheld from thee the fruit of the womb?
So now Rachel saw that she bare Jacob no kids. So Rachel basically, now she envied her sister. So now they really have a hatred for each other, because Leah already seen that he had he really wasn't feeling her anyway. So now she's jealous of Rachel. Now Rachel jealous of her because Leah didn't have all the kids from him, and she wasn't able to give him no kids. So now she envy her. You know what I'm saying? Now it's causing. This is why it's unlawful for a man to marry sisters, because that same envy, that same jealousy is gonna happen. So for these brothers out here that got twins and thinking all this is cool and y'all look good, nah, cool. Yeah, this is nah. That is against the Lord. You understand what I'm saying? Leave them sisters alone. You marry one, you go get you a whole nother sister. You understand what I'm saying? When I say sister, I'm talking about a black woman, right? You go get you another black sister. You understand what I'm saying? But leave them sisters, them biological sisters, leave them alone, man. You get one of them, that's it. You understand? Let the other one marry somebody else. That's what that, and this is why. There's always a spirit behind the law. You understand? And the spirit is you don't want them to be envious of each other. You don't want them to be jealous of each other. It's going to cause strife. Like, it's going to be turmoil always. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 3. And she said, behold, my maid Bilhah, go unto her, and she shall bear upon my knees, that I may also have children by her.
So now, Rachel couldn't have no kids at this point. So guess what? What she did? She said, okay, well, look, I got my handmaid, Bilhah, you know what I'm saying? She can have kids. Why don't you go ahead and go into her, marry her, you know what I'm saying? So she, which I think this is, you know what I'm saying, pretty honorable deed by us. So not saying, you know, wives don't have to do that. You know, wives can be totally against you having another wife. Don't want nothing to do with it. But hey, man, look, if she, you know what I'm saying, she go out there and find another wife for you, and the sister is, you know, a good sister, and you know what I'm saying, you can make it work. Most High in Christ. Ain't nothing against it. Ain't no law. But there's no law, there's no transgression. I mean, but there's no law, there's no sin. Where there's no sin, there's no transgression. You understand what I'm saying? So now, again, I'm not saying that, oh, if the sister don't go out and look for another wife, for another man, for her husband, it's unlawful and it's evil of that sister. No, I'm not saying that, because it's biblical for her to be totally against wanting this brother to have multiple wives. But hey, it ain't nothing wrong. Hey, listen, in my eyes, I think that would be honorable. If one of my wives came to me and said, hey, I got this, you know, this young lady that's, you know, I've been knowing her for a little minute. She's a good woman. She ain't got no husband, you know what I'm saying? And I feel she would fit nice with the house of YAHANNA, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Most High in Christ. That's a virtuous sister right there. You know what I'm saying? Not saying a sister can't be virtuous and still, you know, but I'm just speaking on my situation. But yeah, so that's what Rachel did, man. Not to go too far into it. That's what Rachel did. Rachel basically blessed his game, you know what I'm saying? Gave him Bilhah and say, hey, okay, you know, go up in her, and you know, when you have a kid by her, it's like having a kid by me. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Verse 4. And she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, to wife, and Jacob went in unto her. Verse 5. And Bilhah conceived, and bare Jacob a son. And Rachel said, God has judged me, and hath also heard my voice, and hath given me a son. Therefore she called his name Dan.
Right. You understand? That's the other tribe. If I could, hey, Salaki, sir, I'm from Lakwa. Dan, was Dan changed? Was the name Dan? Is that a current tribe, or it was changed to a different name?
No, it's not changed. Dan was a small family. Right. Dan would come back through Manasseh.
Okay.
Like Dan was like such a small family that they was absorbed by Manasseh.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's not necessarily the 13 tribes.
Right. Come.
But Dan will, you know, be a king.
Right. Come. And would that be the same for, like, I ain't got to this part yet, but would that be the same for like Joseph?
What do you mean, Joseph?
Like, because you know if I'm not mistaken, the last son was named Joseph. Came from. Let me see if I could. We'll get to it whenever. Let me see.
Talking about Joseph that Judah sold, huh?
No, sir. Let me see. Give me a second. Naphtali. Gad. Asher. We at 6 right now. We're gonna just keep reading, and then when it comes, then I know I'm not tripping. Matter of fact, we're gonna have to actually cut this out, because this gonna go all the way. We're gonna pick up on this tomorrow. I mean next week, because we actually gonna be going into this all the way until probably verse 20. So we're gonna be short for time. So for time's sake, we're gonna cut it off. With that, first I want to say, you know what I'm saying, make sure you pay your tithes to the men of the Lord. I.S.U.P.K.com, www.I.S.U.P.K.com is the link. click the donation link. You understand what I'm saying? Pay your tithes, man. Commander General YAHANNA, as I say every week, he does, you know what I'm saying, everything that this nation needs in order to be a well-oiled machine. That's what Commander General YAHANNA does with these tithes. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. Not only is it law to pay your tithes to the priests and prophets of the Lord, but you know what I'm saying, you pay it, you want to give your tithes to a true man of the Lord, which is Commander General YAHANNA. Also, you understand what I'm saying? We're gonna address this in the security announcements, but I also want to address it coming up. We have the South Region cookout, you understand, coming up on October 12th. You understand? Make sure you you know you there. You understand what I'm saying? If there's anything that you can you understand, donate, anything that you have to, whatever it is to donate, if you can help out or whatever. Let me get the Cash App for you. Give me 1 second. The Cash App is $ I.S.U.P.K Houston. You understand? Again, that is $ I.S.U.P.K Houston. Make sure you go ahead and donate whatever you can, man, to help this be successful. Make sure it runs smoothly. You understand? So we can feed each and everybody, because we're gonna have a lot of people showing up. Make sure y'all, if you're not there, you understand, Lord be with you, because it's going down. You understand? So make sure y'all there. That's October 12th. It's gonna be at McGregor Park. We also gonna announce this in the security announcements. So I just wanted to put that out there. Also, we will be celebrating the we have the next feast, the next high holy day, holy convocation is the Day of Atonement. It's October 7th. Start at sundown. Make sure you eat. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you do whatever you can before sundown to get good and full. Because once sundown hit, until the following sundown, you will not be able to eat or drink. You understand what I'm saying? So that's going to be on October 7th. We will be here at the school before sundown starts, before service starts. So make sure y'all there. And with that, I'm going to pass the class over to Officer Ron for the security announcements.
We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They're here to shed themselves of the word. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, out of the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in the Hebrew. YAHANNA, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming convocations is the Day of Atonement, which is the 10th day of the 7th month, which is Monday, October 7th, 2019, out of the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 27 through 32. If anyone wants to become a troop in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarves. And these are the security announcements. And also, the I.S.U.P.K South Region Cookout will be held in Houston, Texas, October 12th at McGregor Park. The address is 5225 Calhoun Street, Houston, Texas. And these are the announcements.
All right, no sweat. With that, we're going to give the brothers one courtesy salute. So Amajim needs to stand. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim, Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Brakatah. Yazamatah. We're going to give a courtesy salute to the sisters, even though there's none in the building. For those online, Sarah needs to face the sisters. Amajim Shabbat. Amajim, Barak. Yahweh Shem Yahushua Yazamatah. Dismissed.